Yeah, I'm gonna show you a little bit about our company, but first I would like, yeah, coming back to Ignacio's presentation, that is more or less how we developed the Viking turbine, taking not a big turbine, it was a 250 kilowatt turbine from Viking, and then we resized it to our, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's move. Yeah, so what Ignacio shows is actually how this turbine is developed, but I'll just run you through this presentation. Yeah, as Danielle told me, I have been in the business for almost 30 years, 18 years in the big wind industry, working with transport, installation, service, quality management, lean, in a lot of different companies, in Jamaica, Vestas, Siemens, and Suslon. For the past 10 years, I have been in the small wind as managing director of Viking Wind, former HS Wind, and also I'm at the advisory board of the Danish Energy Agency representing small wind. The company profile is we are doing a wind turbine up to 25 kilowatts. At the time it was developed, the maximum size in Denmark was 25 kilowatt, tip height 25 meters. So we developed a 25 kilowatt turbine at 24.5 meters. We were established in 2009. We're located in Randers here in Denmark. We have 4 full-time employees and 2 part-time employees. Up to now, we have installed 74 wind turbines worldwide. The company was founded by Henrik and Sven. That's why the HS came from. And they were doing prototyping over a couple of years until they got their first type certificate in 2011. In 2013, a group of investors came into the company and they wanted to hire a new managing director. That was me at that point in time. So I have a 10 years anniversary in a couple of days, actually. In 2014, the group was reduced to from 6 investors to 2, and that is me and farmer from the southern part of Jutland who invest in a lot of small companies and see them grow. And yeah, he has been supporting us for the past 10 years. We are very grateful for that. In 2017, we rebranded HS Wind to Viking Wind for more friendly and easier to go into export markets. As when you have to say HS Wind, that's pretty difficult, and I don't know how they will pronounce it in French even. So all of our employees have more or less a history like me from different companies from big wind, and almost also 30 years of experience. We call it powerful simplicity, but also powerful technology. The Viking Wind was developed as a normal turbine, and now we have introduced inverters to optimize the power output, but also for the grid connection regulations here in Europe. So we use 2 inverter controller system, one to run the generator or the rotor with variable speed, and one to connect to the grid. So we always can connect to more or less any grid. We can also adjust the output. There are some different regulations around the world. Before we had 10 kilowatt limit here in Denmark and a 25 kilowatt limit. So that was one of the advantages with this one. But also in Japan, we have a 20 kilowatts. I think Belgium it's 15. So we can adjust to that with the same turbine. We just change some parameters in the setup. This is how the customer sees the monitoring system. There are no direct display on the controller, but there's a web page where you can see different parameters, wind speed, kilowatts, temperatures on main components. The monitor system goes through our server where we store all the data, and it will update every 30 seconds for the viewer on this screen. This is how we see it in our surveillance system. So we have a screen where we can monitor all the turbines and see if there's an error of some kind. And we have more specific details on our screen, so we can see how the grid is performing, frequency, etc., etc. So it's pretty easy for us to see what is the error and what can we do about it remotely also. So we can, I think, 75% of all errors we can adjust remotely. The Viking wind turbine is also easy to install and to perform maintenance on. It is designed for easy transport installation. Here comes the elevator speech, as we call it. We can transport three complete turbines in a 40-foot container. The heaviest lift is 1 ton, and the turbine is erected by an electrical winch that we bring and mount on the foundation. Maintenance is more or less the same. We lower the turbine so all work can be done on ground. The first maintenance is done 3 to 6 months after erection, where we go through all the bolt connection, safety system, etc. And after the first maintenance, we have a yearly maintenance. To keep track on all the things we have in the turbine, we have made a database. So when we build the turbine, we enter all the serial number on main components, so we can see if we get an error. If there's a serial error or something like that, we know exactly where to find it and in what turbine it is. Also for maintenance, we keep track on when was the last maintenance, when is the next maintenance for planning. Also, we have a logbook where we can see what has been done at the maintenance, or what if we go on a call out, as we call it. Between maintenance, we can also see what has been done. Also, this is in a physical logbook in the turbine. That's a requirement these days. But the same we have in our database. And of course, we make a service report every time we have done the maintenance, and also we enter it into here in Denmark to a system for keep track for the Danish Energy Department. Our availability on the turbines is actually quite good, as we think. The latest one was around above 99, and including our prototypes and test turbines, we are above 98 in all of the Danish turbines, at least. We run different projects around the world. This was a wind diesel project in Argentina, actually erected 10 years ago, just before I came into the company, and I was closing the project down. And it was a village out in nowhere in Argentina with 500 citizens or so. They had an old diesel generator. Then they got a new diesel generator and 3 turbines, and they actually saved something like 40,000 liters of diesel every year. We have participated in a hybrid project here in Denmark on the island Vejrø. They had only diesel generated and district heating from that diesel engine. Now they run wind, solar, and battery storage including diesel also for when they cannot produce enough. But it has been a very successful project and very learning for us to combine wind with photovoltaic and battery and diesel for that matter. We knew the diesel in all ahead, but combining all 4 parts is a bit of a task. We also testing for cold climate in Greenland. It was installed in Sisimiut in 2018. And we had some difficulties with the foundation. It was meant to be directly into the mountainside with anchoring. And I think in the future we will do that. So we will actually use the mountainside because we have this wire system. We can do that. And it's something we look forward to when we go into all the different sites in Greenland, hopefully. We have no special equipment besides the supplied winds to erect it until the turbine. And we were looking at a site in a different place where we actually also could use the winch to drag the components uphill to a site and using the mountainside as anchor. So I think it's a promising project we are doing here. The experience from cold climate is that well, it wasn't that windy side, but nevertheless we gained a lot of experience, and we changed, for instance, gear oil to a thinner oil, and we had a stronger yaw gear. There were some issues with condense in the controller panel, but we fixed that with the heating, and now we have a complete new controller cabinet that takes care of all of this. Also, if we go into the higher temperature, we can add cooling to it as we do with heating in cold climate. But all in all, I think it was minor issues putting the turbine up in Greenland. Next step is Japan. I have made a small movie here. I could try to see. I think it will start by itself.
Yeah, I just need to optimize for video.
Yeah, I don't think we need the sound because it's just music. But nevertheless, we are working on a Class NK certification for Japan, where we see a big potential for our turbine. And our agent over there is just waiting to sign contracts. And as soon as we get these Class NK certificate, we will be in safe haven, and it will increase our production number by a lot. We are looking at 100 turbines a year, so for the next 3 to 5 years. So if it won't start, I can... Yeah, it should be linked so people can see. There's also a movie from Argentina, but it takes 10 minutes, so but it's in the link. So yeah, for more information, don't hesitate to contact us or check our webpage. You can contact me or Pia Jacobsen, the head of sales.
I have a question from Ignacio.
Yeah.
Thanks for the presentation, of course.
Ignacio?
You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you. So, so I have a question. So you mentioned that the wind turbine installed in Sisimiut in Greenland. So the site was a moderate wind site. So far I know this wind turbine has three different. There are three different models: 10, 20, and 25 kilowatts, and all the same are developed with the same rotor diameter, which is the wind turbine that has been used in this moderate wind. It's 25 with which is the wind turbine is. So have you installed a?
It's a 30 kilowatt generator and it's 30 kilowatt inverters. So it's the same components, hardware components we use. So it's only a matter of changing parameters in the controller about the output. If that answers your question.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. It's okay. Fine.
We can actually produce 1 kilowatt at a medium wind site for around 15 euro cents per kilowatt. So that's why we're also competitive with diesel generated power.
Really competitive, yeah.
Being so easy to transport and install, we can go almost anywhere.